Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago. And it's 7 p.m. in New York City. Hello, everybody. I am the Mad Dog the Civil, joined as I am each and every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday by Amelia. God help me, Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman. How are you, Amelia?
Very good. How are you?
I'm fine. What kind of mood are you in? You look like you're feisty tonight.
I am feisty tonight.
Oh, God help us, folks. It's going to be a longer than usual night.
Uh-oh.
Have mercy. So what did you, I'm afraid to ask. Oh, God. I'm afraid to ask, folks, because you never know what's going to come out of her mouth. What did you do for fun today?
Well, just went to go get some lunch and fought with people because they, you know how they tell you in this Chinese food you get shrimp and chicken and cashew. There was no cashew in my food. Opened it up, said,
You fought with someone over your food?
Yeah, there's no cashew in here. It's like, does this look like there's cashew nuts in here, people? No.
Well, I mean, you had Chinese food, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, and when you get to it, you order.
I think Asian food is really the only kind of food I know of that uses nuts.
Right.
But I mean, I'm sure other foods do, but I don't know about them. But I know, like, I love Chinese food. And they use like cashews and walnuts, like in Asian cooking, China and Japan for that matter.
Right. But
So,
I mean, you want to get what you pay
particularly
for.
what I'm afraid to ask, but what did you want cashews or you didn't?
Yes,
Want?
I did. I
wanted they forgot to put them in?
Yes.
So go to the 7-Eleven down the street, buy a bag of nuts and throw them in.
No, if I pay for a certain meal, a certain amount of money, you want to get what you pay for.
How many cashews could they possibly have put in there? 4, 5?
No, this place is known for putting quite a bit amount in there, like normal, but they didn't put any in there this time.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and I did not want mushrooms. I'm allergic to mushrooms, and they put mushrooms in it. They had to redo my order.
Folks, I reiterate, do you see what I deal with every week? God help me.
Well, do you want me here all like yucky or in the emergency room doing the show because I'm allergic to mushrooms?
Oh, hold up. Wait a minute.
What?
We got interesting. We haven't even started the show yet, and we already got a comment.
Oh.
Our friend Willard is. Hey, Willard, where the hell you been, brother?
Hey.
By chance, do you think by chance and Vic McMahon is found guilty? Oh, that's a good question. If Vince is found guilty and gives up the real killer of Chris Benoit, I don't know. Oh, man. Oh, that's something to talk about tonight, Mill.
Well, if he gives up the real killer, it might be Vince McMahon himself. So I don't know because I have that theory too. Because you never know.
That's an interesting. Well, I hadn't thought about that, Willard. You got me thinking now, babe.
And you, the one that said you didn't want to get back into the wrestling.
Professional wrestling. I actually got. Wait a minute. It's funny that you say that because I actually got an invite in my Facebook tonight. It was called the Continental Wrestling Federation, CWF.
Oh, wow.
No, CRF. Excuse me.
Yeah.
CRF. Continental Wrestling Federation. I went, really? Wrestling?
Yeah,
I will wrestle with you. Oh, come
Yep,
on,
that's what the
please.
Southern folk call it. Yeah, wrestling.
That's a good question, Willard. That's a really good question. Damn.
Hmm.
I hadn't thought about that. What do you think about that, Mill?
Um.
You think if Vince is found guilty, that he'll give up what he knows about the killer of Chris Benoit?
Yeah, and I think he will go into more of our theory that I've been leading toward. That I have been thinking who it really was, or not was, but had something to do with it.
I think, and this is just me,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't think. All right, so let me back up a little bit because we've talked about this. We've had how many shows that we do on Benoit?
At least 4 or 5 that I remember.
Yeah, probably five.
With
You're probably
me,
right about five.
I don't know about before that. So,
So here's what we talked about before. See now, Willard, you got me started there, brother.
oh, I think he got another comment there.
Yeah. Said, look, you got to talk to wrestling with yeah, wrestling with the devils. And Kevin's, well, I
Mm-hmm.
know Kevin Sullivan. He's been on my show, and I have his phone number. I could give Kevin a call. He's going to say, save it for the show. I know him because he's not going to answer. He'll answer it on the show for sure. Kevin Sullivan's been my guest on the show twice. He's a great guest. I will say this about Kevin. Love him or hate him, think that he's the devil or not, Kevin Sullivan, like it or not, is going to answer you truthfully, whether you like it or whether you don't. And most people, they don't.
No.
If you lie to them, they bitch at you. You know what I mean, Willard? If you lie to them, they bitch at you. But if you tell them the truth, they bitch at you more.
Yeah.
So you can't see the problem with wrestling fans is that you can't win with them. There's no way to win with a wrestling fan.
Right.
Because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Especially if that was their favorite wrestler that was
Yeah.
hurt or murdered or killed or committed suicide allegedly or whatever happened to them.
Or lie to my face, Willard says.
Mhm.
Now, Willard, you're saying that like you got personal experience, but yeah, I am right. Absolutely. Thank you, Willard. And here's the thing though. Again, good or bad, whatever the case may be, you can't win with a wrestling fan. If you tell them it's a work, they're going to say, no, it was a shoot. If you tell them it was a shoot, they're going to know that was a work. All right? Like, like pick a side here.
Mhm.
You know? Are you watching it to watch it or are you watching it to fight with somebody?
Right.
You know? Oh,
Yeah.
Leon's here. Hey, Leon.
Well, just like back in the day when I was a kid watching wrestling, there was a side that I picked if it was a favorite wrestler, and
Yeah.
they had a tag team partner, and that tag team partner turned against my favorite wrestler. I
Yeah.
blame that wrestler, and I was like, I don't like this wrestler anymore. Please do something to hurt him, or something to that
Well,
fact.
it's
You know.
interesting you say that, Amelia. I'm gonna follow up on that.
Hmm.
But before I do, I want to acknowledge my dear friend Leon Barfield is here.
Welcome, Leon
He
and
says
Willard. Thank you.
yeah, and he's right. You can't win with wrestling fans. And here's what he says, and I've said this a million times.
Mm.
Wrestling fans don't want the truth. They want you to lie to them.
Yes.
You know why? Because wrestling promoters and wrestling promotions lie to the fan.
They do.
That's what they do. It's a lie based on entertainment. It's not real what's happening.
Hmm.
Okay, so do they take occasional storylines that are real and make a work out of it? Yeah, it's as old as wrestling itself. But the problem, the big problem, the $64 million problem is that when you have a promoter who perpetrates a lie, he's got to tell more lies to keep the lie going.
Absolutely
Because when
true.
the truth comes out, You end up like Vince McMahon in court having to explain to strangers why you like to shit on people
Right.
because he admitted it. He said it.
Yes.
Oh, man, it's crazy. Look, you think Mike Graham might have done it because of threatening to kill Benoit before? You're not the first person, Willard. Brother, you don't know how close to home you are on that one.
Mhm.
Those of you that don't know, Mike Graham, the late Mike Graham, was the son of the late Eddie Graham, the bravest, the greatest, the most brilliant mind in pro wrestling, period. End of story, bar none. The greatest finishing guy in the history of wrestling. And Pat Patterson was a real close second. Eddie Graham committed suicide. Listen to this guy, how bad this was. He shot himself in the face and he knew he didn't finish the job. Do you know that he grabbed his gun again and shot himself again in the face?
Oh my goodness.
And he died 8 days later in the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
His son, Michael Graham, who was a very, very dear friend of our friend Kevin Sullivan, they were like this. But Kevin Sullivan kept a secret from Mike Graham for his whole life. And he told him one day, right after that happened, Michael Graham, the son of Eddie Graham, committed suicide. But he did it one time and it was done. He put a gun in his mouth and blew his brains out. That's what happened to Michael Graham. What he told him was, and I'm not telling tales out of school, folks. This is a matter of public record. You can look it up. He told Mike Graham that he was not the real son of Eddie Graham. He was adopted.
Oh.
Mike Graham was adopted by Eddie and Eddie Graham's wife. And he never knew that. He thought that that was his father. He grew up with him. He was a baby when they adopted him. He never knew any better. You know? Now, what was the reasoning for Kevin Sullivan to say that? I don't know. But the one common thread between Chris Benoit and Mike Graham, and Willard's going there, and I know where he's going.
Mm-hmm.
The one connection between Chris Benoit and Mike Graham is Kevin Sullivan.
Right.
And Willard knows that. And that's why he wrote what he wrote. You know, you have to understand them. You know, you have to understand who these guys are. You have to understand the interpersonal relationships. We look at them as wrestlers, but they're also people.
Yeah, they
with
are.
lives, and they have families, and they have relationships. Wrestling is what they do to put food on their table.
Yes.
Okay? Wrestling is what they do 7 nights a week, breaking their back to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what wrestlers do.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that.
Yeah. And
Willard
also,
says,
speaking of that,
man, and you're right. You know what, Willard? I don't understand. Brother, I have followed Mike Graham's career since he started in wrestling. And I just don't understand.
mm-hmm.
I don't get it. You know what, Amelia? We should do that. You know what, Willard?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thank you, Willard, because you just gave me my next show idea.
Right.
We're going to write that down, Amelia.
Okay.
The death of Michael Graham.
Okay.
In fact, write down the death of Eddie and Mike Graham, because we're going to cover Eddie too. Figure out what that was all about.
Okay.
And if you know Willard, don't tip the hat because I want
Uh-huh.
people to
And
be.
also the death. Speaking of death, we want to pay condolences to Roman Reigns and his family.
Oh, yes. Before we do
We'll do that.
anything, folks, before we do anything, we got to say rest in peace, Sika Anawai.
Yes.
He's the father of Roman Reigns, the uncle of Rikishi and Jay and Jimmy Uso. Um, the grandfather of oh God, he's the grandfather of Lord. Oh please, Lord. The late Umaga.
Mhm.
Um, I believe he was the grandfather of the late Umaga. But anyway, we and if I got that wrong, folks, I'm sorry. I don't
Mhm.
follow it like I used to.
Yeah.
But I do know that the Anawati family is grieving now. Please let them grieve.
Yes, please.
Send your condolences to Roman, whose real name is Joe, by the way, Joe Anawati.
Hmm.
That's Roman Reigns. Send them your condolences, send them your prayers, and and let them grieve.
Yeah.
Willard says, killing yourself over being adopted doesn't add up. No, and you're right, Willard. I'm with you. I am right
Hmm.
with you on that, man. I
Right.
don't get that. I don't understand. Like, wouldn't you like go to some? Because his mother was still alive.
Right.
She could have asked her. He could have asked her.
Yeah. Where my birth parents,
You know.
why did this happen? Do you know any more information instead of anything to that?
Here's what bothers me, though. And Willard, I would love to have your 2 cents on this. Here's what bothers me. If when Kevin Sullivan told Michael Graham that, it was after Eddie had already committed suicide. Why would he tell him after his father was dead? Why wouldn't he say something while Eddie was still alive so Michael can say, hey, Dad, am I adopted? You know, because
Hmm.
Eddie Graham and Mike Graham had a very close father-son relationship. You know, and I know that I know that Kevin Sullivan and Eddie Graham were very, very close. In fact, it bothered Mike Graham to such a point that he felt like Eddie Graham spent more time with Kevin than he did with him.
Hmm.
Now, jealousy, look, I mean, the truth is Eddie Graham and Kevin Sullivan were closer in age than Kevin and Mike,
Right.
because Kevin now would be, I think he's like 75 or somewhere at 73. I know he's in his 70s. Um, let's see what else he says. He was lying straight. Yeah. That's an interesting thought. Well, I would love to have Willard on a show with us. Willard, let me ask you a question. I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you consent to coming on this show with us? When we do the show on the Graham the Graham family, because I would love to have you on here. I'm serious. I would love to have you on. Um,
Oh, he's talking about Kevin Sullivan. I guess the age 74, I
yeah,
believe.
74. Yeah, I knew I was close,
Mhm.
Leon. I knew he was around
Yep.
75.
Hmm.
Yeah, 74.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I would love. Oh, great. Thank
Great.
you, Willard. I would love to have you on. You know what, Amelia? Well, after the show, Willard. Um, in fact, you know what? Do this, Willard. Send your info to what's the buzz popcast at gmail.com. That's popcast, POPCAST. What's the buzz popcast? All one word at gmail.com. It's your contact info so I can get a hold of you. Because that's a hell of a show. And I got to give Willard kudos on that one.
Mhm.
Well, I'll tell you what, we could talk about that all night long. Damn. Oh,
Oh, I
shit.
know.
But we got other things to do because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is our annual bullshit inventing session with the Mad Dog and Pitbull. Tonight, Vicious Vents. We call it Vicious Vents. Because Emil has said, look, I got some shit I want to get off my chest. I'm going, oh, God, here we go. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Because the pit bull wants to vent. Okay, here we are. So we're going to vent. All right. So first of all, this show was your idea tonight. So what are you venting about now?
Well, it's what a
What are
now.
you bitching about now, lady?
Late.
Besides,
Oh,
there's not enough cashews in your
well,
Chinese
no, I mean that
chicken
started
mugu
today.
guy, companion yang, whatever the fuck it
No, I
is.
mean that started today, but it's just like, for example, when you okay, they say, okay, we want you for an interview, which is fine. You start off great, you meet that
Yeah.
person on the phone, and then you do an in-person interview, and then you start off great with that, and then they're like, okay, we want you to meet one more person, and you talk to this person, and you could tell this person's a man, African
Yeah.
American, and then he's like, well, I wish I could meet you over the phone, to see you better, but equipment that they send me this weird stuff, which I don't have Teams, and I'm like, okay, can't you have sent me
What's that,
some
like
kind
a video conferencing?
yeah, some kind of Teams, and you don't have that, so either you could have sent me something to do,
That's
either
like you know what that is, Neil, and I'm
Mhm,
sorry to interrupt you, but
mhm.
it's one of them programs like Zoom
Yeah, they could have sent
where
me
it's like
Zoom
a
instead.
meeting, yeah, like a meeting
Yeah.
thing, yeah,
And so, but he asked me all the right questions and everything, and he says, "Well, I'll let the two ladies get back with you." And I said, "Okay." So
yeah,
I messaged the ladies, everything okay? She never messaged me
mhm,
back, and then get this horrible email.
right,
Oh, well, we decided. Thank you so much for meeting with us and doing all these other interviews, but we
yeah,
decided to go elsewhere. I'm like, what the fuck?
right. You
I'm
like my
like,
new computer?
I love that.
See that?
Hmm.
I made that little logo on there.
Are you trying to
Okay,
get me off track?
change. Yeah, I'm doing that for a reason.
No, I mean, you just go through all this trouble
I
to
know.
try
Well,
to get the job.
can you explain to everybody? Here's the thing. First of all, it's bad enough being out of work.
Mhm.
Okay. And then they make you feel like you committed a crime because you're out of work.
Yes.
Right. Then you got to talk to about 35 to 40 people. And they're all asking you the same questions. Have you looked
Mhm.
for work? Have you filled out your unemployment? Have you done this? Blah, 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 whatever the
Yeah,
hell it is. Right.
and that's fixing to run out soon, so
Right. And so,
Mhm.
and that's probably why they're asking you questions. Are they going to extend your unemployment? That's what they're doing, right?
I don't know, I haven't gotten that far yet, but,
Oh, really?
because it's gonna be running out probably toward the end of July, but it would
Right.
have been more, but, we're gonna be doing hopefully a show soon because these illegal immigrants are taking the reason that I don't get enough unemployment is because of these assholes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
boy.
come in here illegally and they start getting jobs, they start getting homes, they start getting food stamps, they start getting uh their kids Medicaid, they start getting houses all of a sudden, and of course they get all this shit. Then I work my ass off here and I have to apply for unemployment for the first fucking time, and here they get it like that, just like that, for free.
Yeah. Um,
I'm sorry, did somebody say something in the comment?
no, not about you.
No, I'm
Well, I'm
just
going to
saying.
get to that later, Dom. That the
Mhm.
Willard put a
Oh.
comment there, but we're going to get to that later. And I definitely want to address that. So here's the thing, and I understand the frustration. I was out of work for one period in my life that was really tough
Mhm.
because I broke my back.
Right. You're
Okay. And one of the things that when you're out on disability,
yes.
you got to jump through hoops to get
Yes.
a pay from to get paid. And I jumped through. I felt like a circus animal jumping through all these freaking hoops. Okay, And finally, 3 years later, I'm not kidding, 3 years later, I finally got my, Social Security, right?
Right.
And that was all retroactive, thank God. Guess what?
Right.
As soon as I got it, it all got sucked up. I had to pay everybody, get caught up. I think I had about $3.20 left for bread.
What did you do? Have to see their doctors as well
I
besides
had
your
to see
doctors?
my doctors, their doctors. I had to see their doctors who sent me to other of their doctors. I've been poked and prodded and stuck by the best of them. I had, and this is on record, by the way.
Mhm.
This is on record. I have a letter from Social Security, from the doctor at Social Security, that says, Mr. DeCipio's resolve is beyond anything I've ever seen. That man should not be able to stand up right now. I have it in writing
Oh my
from the
goodness.
Social Security doctor.
Mm.
Okay. And it said MD, his name, but MD, on behalf of Social Security Administration. I have that
My goodness.
letter. Okay. He said to me, how are you still standing? I said, number one, I'm Italian. Number two, I get angry. Number three, I can't fall down when I'm angry.
Oh, we know about that part, right? The
And
second one
he
you said.
snickered and he laughed and I said, here's the one. That's the truth. I said, I'm Italian, which means I'm stubborn. Okay.
Mhm.
Number two, what am I going to do? I'm going to be happy about being hurt? No, I'm going to get fucking angry about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight. And the only thing you can do when you're standing is fight. You can't fight on the ground. You know why?
Okay.
Because try as you may, you're not going to get up.
Yeah.
You're
And I
not-
got,
once you're down, they're going to kick you and they're going to keep you down.
and guess what
And if
though?
you don't believe that, Amelia,
Mhm.
watch a UFC fight.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen
Okay.
plenty of those.
Yeah, I'm serious.
No, I've seen them
Once you
right
get
back up.
down, forget it. You ain't getting up.
Mhm.
That guy's going to ground and pound you.
Yeah. And you know what's so
Bad.
funny? I have here, I just got to contact her back. There's a job opening that they said this. They saw my resume. Guess
Yeah.
where it's next door to the old job I had.
Oh, get out, for real?
For real.
Oh, I would take it just to break balls.
Yeah, I said, oh, did
I
y'all
would.
guys need this fax over here to you guys? I just thought I'd walk it by.
I would go over next door, knock on the door, and go, "Hey, you guys want to have lunch with me today?"
Or did you guys want this faxed over? I thought I'd walk it by just like the other lady did.
Yeah, I'll
that-
just walk it over. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
That's
just
funny.
just like y'all needed that one that you fired my friend Brenda for.
Mhm.
Yeah, just to be spiteful, right?
Yeah, they fired you and your friend for the same reason.
Well, no, they fired her for more. They
Well, they fired you the same day, though, right?
yeah, they gave her more stupid excuses though.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, they fired her for a fax that we could not get because our fax machine was broken.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
And what are you supposed to do? Like, is she supposed to be like a fax mechanic or something?
Yeah, it's like
Unbelievable.
we weren't supposed to get the fax. They were 2 days later is when they
So-
were coming by to fix it. so,
Yeah, but you sent me interesting stuff.
Yes.
Speaking of interesting stuff,
Do you want to do a quick commercial since it's
yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the chat with the Leon and Willard,
mhm.
and I want to get to that.
Oh,
wanna
yes.
get some of it's wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
I want to get to that, but before we do that, folks, let's take a small break.
Mhm.
And if you guys need help, we have help for you. If you are a problem drinker, if you're struggling with a drug or substance abuse, addiction of any kind, I got some numbers I want to put up for you. Take a look at this and a word from our friends at Manscaped. Watch this, folks. you have sweaty balls or volleyball netty balls? It's time to make them ready balls. The Manscaped.com Lawnmower 3.0 will do the job and clean your knob with its patented no-nick head, so your head will function as desired. Enter promo code Wrestling Future for a generous 20% discount. That's enter Wrestling Future for a 20% discount. Manscaped.com and Wrestling with the Future, going balls to the walls with Manscaped.com and the Lawnmower 3.0. Your balls will thank you, and so will we. What's the buzz? America's best podcast. This is On the Record, and we are broadcasting on WWTF Radio 88.7 on the broadband radio system and courtesy of Spotify and Podbean. And we thank our friends at Podbean and Spotify for their support, for their encouragement. And tonight, Vicious Vince and our semi-annual, it's actually becoming a regular thing. Our bullshit sessions, bullshits and Vince with the Mad Dog and Pitbull.
Yes.
So when last we left off, you were spouting off about something or another.
Yeah. But
What
it's
else
you're
do you,
gonna, it's
I
gonna be
got
your turn to
something to
vent,
bitch
right?
about. I got something to bitch about.
Yeah. And then we'll show a video, right?
I got some serious bitching to do. I
Uh-oh.
want to know why the trash guys pick up everybody else's trash in the neighborhood, but they drive right past my can.
Oh boy.
I want to know if it's not my trash not good enough. You know, does it not smell bad enough? They've
Uh-oh.
done that twice. Drove right past my can. So I'm talking to you guys out there. You know who you are. Okay? My can deserves to be picked up just like everybody else's, buddy boy. Okay? So, if my can is out there next week by itself, you got some splaining to do, Lucy. That's
Uh-oh.
all I'm saying. So go ahead.
No, I
Take
think
all you want.
you had some more venting to do, I know.
I have a little bit of venting to do. I'm going to save some of that for later. But I'll tell you what I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like being pressured.
Right.
No, I don't like people telling me what I can and cannot do.
Right.
I don't like people telling me what kind of shows I can do. This is my show. Podcast material that we use on this show is from the news. It's from pop culture. It's from society. And I will use any motherfucking goddamn subject that I want. And no motherfucker is going to tell me what I can and cannot say on this show. Okay? End of story. How you doing tonight, Bill?
Good now.
Okay. That's it. I'm done venting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else is venting here. Oh, see, I got Willard and Leon are venting. He goes, by the way, to cover the JFK killing up because Roscoe White Sr. killed it. Yes, I know all about that. There's a hell of a movie, a documentary movie that they're trying to ban, by the way, Willard. The film is called Confessions from the Grassy Knoll. And watch it while you can because they're trying to pull it off the air. I already have a copy of it. So nobody's getting that. We are going to do that show. We are going to do the Kennedy show again. It's going to be an interesting show to cover. For like the fifth time, I think that we've done it. We could do endless shows on the Kennedy assassination. We could do a whole podcast just dedicated to the Kennedy assassination. You know, the octopus murders. Yes, I know them well. That's one of my kind of little things. Yeah, watch that on Netflix. That's interesting stuff. I'm not going to tell anybody about it. Just go on Netflix and watch the octopus murders. You sent me some videos, Amelia.
Yes.
To watch. So I'm going to play some of these videos. and let's see what they're all about. Let's watch.
Mr. President, just turn around and get off this stage. No, not the baby. Not the baby. Mr. President, not the baby. Someone go get him. I'm on it. Someone, please. Please follow me, Mr. President. Good. This way. Whew. That was a close one. My God, he's just getting worse.
What about Prince?
Man, Prince had it coming. The devil came and collected, period.
Prince had it come and the devil came and collected. What was he collecting?
His nigga, what he signed? What did they sign over?
Oh, so you're saying that Prince signed a
I'm not saying anything. I'm telling you facts.
Okay.
I'm not saying. I'm telling you facts. I'm telling you straight facts. He knew what he was doing when he was pacing.
Pacing?
Yeah, he was pacing outside. What was it, Walmart or Target? Come on, man, you gotta look at that shit. That nigga know.
Yeah, but wasn't he outside? Yeah, I think I know what you're talking
Yeah, people know when it's time.
about. Why would Prince go to Walmart?
That part.
That part.
Why would Kardashians get robbed? That part. It's the abnormal shit that, I'm like, Dave Chappelle, I put together the dots and shit that shouldn't be put together. You know what I mean?
So you think it's a conspiracy?
Nah, I ain't conspiracy. It is what it is. Them niggas getting over it. The same thing they been doing.
Yeah. I don't know though. I mean, staging a robbery?
I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. Are you a Mason or something?
No.
Okay, well, I'm telling you what I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Because you can run from the situation or question the truth, or you can take that like everybody else over here. There's some real niggas they laughing. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? It just makes sense. You know what I mean? It's certain shit just make. I'm not gonna put nothing on nobody or try to throw nothing on nobody that don't make sense. Or you know what I'm saying? If it stick, then goddamn it, look. If it stick, then you must have quit.
Right. If it don't fit, then you must have quit.
I said if it stick.
If it
You know what I
stick,
mean? Yeah, I don't
you
want them to
must have
say,
quit.
yeah, if it stick, then you must have quit, goddamn it.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a couple questions for you.
Yes.
That was Orlando Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who Orlando Brown is. I barely understood him because I don't speak, sorry folks, but I don't speak ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand like what he was saying. So I need you to translate for me. What the hell was he talking about?
He was talking about people when they sign their souls away. They know about when it's time.
Well, he was talking about Prince. I heard that.
Yeah.
So he's talking about Prince. So what is he saying? What's the gist of what he's trying to get across? Because I don't get it.
Prince knew when it was his time for his soul, for they were coming for him. You know how they say the demon dogs or like that, when the demons are coming for you, when it's when you sign your soul, they know already when it's time, because I guess they hear something that we don't hear, or they see something that we don't see. And that's why he was pacing, because he didn't want to go where they told him they were going to collect his soul. That's why he was away from that area.
So let me make sure I understand this. Right? So now, and again, I'm not putting words in your mouth. I just want to understand this. So what you're saying is that Prince knew that demon dogs, to use your word,
or souls, demons
were coming to collect his soul.
Yes.
All right. So how did he know who told them?
I guess from me watching, supernatural shows or supernatural events that I can see that I've seen before, is they know exactly, because they see things or hear things when they're coming to collect you that we don't see. They know when it's time, and it's getting closer and closer because they can hear it, and they know that it's time about to come get your soul.
Yeah.
And they want to stay away from there because that's like a certain spot. They tell you when it gets closer, we're gonna come to your home or wherever, and you're the only one that's gonna be.
And you believe that?
Yes, I do.
You do? Based on what?
Well, seeing all the shows that I've seen and all the people that I've heard, say, okay, well, I see this or I hear this. Just like when you die and you see, they say, oh, I see my mom, or look, yes, mama, or when they say that they're going to heaven.
Yeah.
They say that they see their parents, or they see family members, or they see angels. Well, they see that, but it's not angels that they see or hear.
Yeah.
And that's what
Well,
they
I actually heard a spirit say, you know how they say, when you die, you go to the light.
yes,
I actually heard a spirit say, "Stay away from the light." I heard that with my own ears. Okay.
because it wasn't your time.
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't for me. I heard this
Hmm.
for some. I heard a spirit say that.
Hmm.
It had nothing to do with me.
Right. It
But
wasn't
what
their time.
they were warning, they were warning people to not to go to the light. And I've always heard go to the light,
Right.
you know, and which is interesting because the light was supposed to be a place of warmth, but then the idea is that it's warm and it's welcoming and it suckers you in,
Right.
you know. Um,
Well, I think in that case, I think it's when the family members greet you. But if you're alone and there's no family, don't go toward the lights. Probably what that is.
I don't know, but see, that's the thing,
Well, we
man.
don't know until we die. But I think that's what they see.
Right?
And that guy was laughing at him saying all that. And I think that
Yeah.
that guy was like, he must be one of them people that collect souls or is in the Freemasons. He was like, "Wait, what are you, a Freemason?"
Yeah, I don't
But he
understand that.
called them on it. He
Willard,
called
I'm
them
going
on
to
it.
respond to Willard. The people say he's
Okay.
crazy, but sometimes is speaking Holy Grail gospel. No, I don't think he's crazy at all. I'm just trying to understand what it is he is saying.
Yeah.
The Biggie Smalls, absolutely. We're going to do that. We've already done Tupac twice already. We believe Tupac is still alive, and we believe we can prove it.
Mhm.
Oh,
and I got
let's
another
see.
video to send you to later on about something else.
Leon says the light is real. I know.
Mhm.
Leon, talking about the light, good or bad? Where do you stand on that, Leon? Did you know on dossier back in 2021 that a recently declassified document that offered Robin Banks and confessed internal affairs, Biggie murder? Yes, I do know that. Yes, I do. LAPD, singularly the most corrupt police department on planet Earth.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Planet Earth.
LAPD.
That's how bad they are.
Mm-hmm.
Craziness. On tonight's show, Visions Vents, bullshit, inventing the night with the Mad Dog and Pitbull. I got one more commercial I need to do. I believe where we are.
Yes.
Let me see.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's time for a commercial.
Do we have another spot to do? Well, yeah, we do, but guess what? It's I have to say it. We have, where are we? Oh, hello there. We have, let me get my paper, folks. I'll be with you in a second. There we go. Hot damn. My paper's right there. All right, we have a show coming up. We're premiering a new show on July the 3rd called That's Bullshit. So what you're seeing tonight that Amelia and I are doing, this is our kind of like regular bullshit session, but we actually have a show coming on with Ricky Style and Stretch. These are two guys that are musicians and entertainers. Also, they're amazing conspiracy kooks like us. And they're going to be here every Wednesday. Amelia and I will still be here Mondays and Tuesdays. And they'll be here every Wednesday talking about all kinds of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff that's important to them and they think the stuff that's important to the world. And let me see what Leon is saying. I was not ready to go. Well, I don't think anybody's ready to go. Mm-hmm. No, we know Tupac was not his real name. Yeah, we know that. Absolutely. For sure, we know that. Amelia.
Yes.
We've talked on this show a number of times about, we've had certain guests that piss us off.
Oh, of course.
We've had, people that, what are you, I'm afraid to ask you, but I'm going to ask you anyway. What did you think of the two psychics that we had on?
Well, let's see. Compared to what
we had, I will say this before you answer that. I will say that one of them at least had the guts to stay the whole show.
Yeah, she was
I'll
good.
say that.
She was nice and polite, and um, you tried to get her to tell me something about me, but she was way off, of course, as always, because I didn't have anybody in a wheelchair that was living.
Right.
And of course, with my dark hair, of course, all my
Oh,
family is gonna have dark
oh no,
hair.
no, 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 no. Guess what?
What?
She was right.
Who?
Jeff.
No, he wasn't in a wheelchair at that time.
Did she say that they were in a wheelchair or they
Yeah,
were going in a
they
wheelchair?
were in a wheelchair,
Oh, yeah. You
and
know
they
what?
had
You're right.
black hair.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the one that threw me, that I
I
just
was going
could
to say,
not stop,
maybe she got it right. Who the hell knows?
and the one that just was such an idiot was the one that says, yeah, Ghost, calm down and just breathe. Ghost don't breathe, sweetheart. And you
Okay,
caught
so
the
I got to deal with Willard. Willard, I love you, brother, but listen to me. There's no fucking way, absolutely no way that Sloan Bella is coming on this show. Forget it. It ain't happening. It's not going to, it didn't happen then. It's not going to happen now. I know who she is. She makes me look sane, okay? She makes me look sane. She's a conspiracy kook way, way worse than I am, you know? Because she's got some crazy ideas on this Benoit case, like
Oh my
really
goodness.
outrageous.
Way out there in
Really
the left
outrageous.
field.
You think I'm bad? Please. Oh, let's see. Leon, it's a long story, but heart attack and misunderstanding with the nurse. Oh, gotcha.
Mm,
Jeez.
yeah.
So what else, Emil? I interrupted you. You were just getting
No,
on
I
a
mean,
roll about
well, I mean, when somebody comes on the show and tells you that they're ghost hunters, and then they say, "Oh, it's okay, I have a ghost right here in front of me," and they show these little dots and things like that. We don't even know if that's the true thing or not, because it could be interference, and they could have a lot of wires, things like that. I've
yeah,
never played with those EPs or like things
yeah.
like that. And then when they tell the ghost to breathe, sorry, but sir, a ghost doesn't breathe
That
because
was
they're
what
dead.
got me. Stop right there. Stop right. Hold the presses. That's
When he
what
said
got
that, I'm
me.
like, oh boy,
Folks,
he just
she's not
opened.
lying, folks. I want to, can I tell the story?
Please, please go ahead. You have to tell it from
Okay,
your
so
side.
listen to this one. Amelia and I, but the funny thing was the first night was great.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
We had ghost hunters on the show. Savannah Paranormal. Nice people.
Very nice.
I will say that. They're nice people. Okay. And they spent 2 nights with us. The first night, Amelia and I agreed we're going to ask them softball questions.
Hmm.
And then again, Amelia and I agreed on night number 2, we was going to ask some hard questions, right? Kind of
Correct.
loosen them up a little bit. I actually showed a video. I'm not even making this up, folks.
Leon was here,
Of
so
a
Leon.
so-called psychic. I'm not even, again, I
So
swear I'm not
called.
making this up.
No.
Of a psychic telling a ghost. Listen to what I'm saying. Amelia, don't say a word.
Mm-mm.
Telling a ghost to relax and breathe. Tell me if I'm lying. Please tell me if I'm lying.
You're not lying. You're telling the absolute truth, 100%. Even Leon
The
will verify.
guy, to the point where he said, I know you're there, whatever the hell the ghost name was. I know you're there. Just relax and breathe. I never in my life heard a psychic tell a ghost to relax and breathe.
Just the look on your face, I'm like, oh, he just opened the can of worms. Mad Dog is gonna go off on him any minute, and you did. You just went. Brrr.
I went. That's what, and I will tell you, that is the moment, folks. That is the moment that night number 2 went south in a hurry. Because not only did they leave the show, but they left the show in grand fashion. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
They flipped us off. They called us everything but white and human. They shut the camera down. They gave us the bird on the way out. And Amelia and I sat there, and I mean, we had probably the best belly laugh that we've had in a long fucking time.
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off.
And
that
they
night.
got their so-called fan base that they have to try to get
fan
on our
base.
show to try to get
Can I
mean
ask
to
you a
us.
question?
And
You be honest with me.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm lying, say, Angelo, you're lying.
Mhm.
I'm going to say this. It's important.
Right.
I said to this gentleman, whose name I will not repeat, I said to this gentleman, are you a trained paranormal investigator?
You did ask him that question.
And
correct.
he said, what?
He said, absolutely not. I am not.
That's exactly what he said. No, I am not. And that was important because they were offering people classes, charging people for classes in paranormal investigation. Well,
Yes.
how the fuck do you know you're doing it right if you're not trained?
They were charging
And
people
you're
to get
taking
rid of
people's money.
Mhm.
And they said that they did this voluntarily.
No,
We found out that was a lie because they're getting paid for their investigations.
correct.
And we're not talking about a little bit of money. They're getting paid a lot of fucking money for what they're doing.
Correct.
A lot of money.
And
Okay?
what if they're doing it wrong and whatever, if there is a so-called entity in that place that they're at, what if it's an evil entity and they just made it worse?
Exactly. Leon, when you find out how a ghost is able to breathe, would you please let me know? I appreciate
Exactly.
it. I really do.
Yeah.
True story. Yeah, I'm with you, Willard. I am with you, brother. I swear I'm with you. I'll tell you what, man. We got an active chat room tonight. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
And it's
I
another
love when
thing
we do
too.
shows like this. It's a great show.
You know, if you're gonna be coming on the show and you're gonna say, "Oh yeah, we'll be here to help you do this, help you do that," well then stay and don't be idiots and go off on a
we
rampage.
had a woman. You want to talk about bullshit? This was a woman, another psychic. Now, wait a minute. Let me get this right. Hold on. I have to remember back. Hold on a minute, Amelia. Let me remember. She was a professional gemologist. Okay. So she worked with stones, right? And,
Right.
Jewelry. She did gems, right? Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. But she was also a quote psychic. All right. So my understanding, again, Amelia, tell me if I'm wrong on this.
Okay.
That my understanding is that Tara was her name. That Tara used her stones and rubies and crystals and stuff like that to do her psychic stuff, right?
Yes.
Am I in the ballpark?
Correct. And she was some kind of
Okay.
a coach of some sort too.
Yeah. So I start questioning her on this. And I expect, like a friendly conversation. And she must hate men or something because she answered Amelia's questions. But when I asked her questions, which were normal mad dog questions, she got very hot under the collar,
Very.
very ambivalent. Tell me, am I lying?
No, she
Please.
was just like, why are you asking me these kind of questions? Why are you asking me this? And
Yeah, why am I asking? Because I'm the host of the show and I'm asking you fucking questions.
And
And because you're
why-
my guest. And
and
I'm
why-
the one who put you here.
And why are you asking me if I'm certified? Because that's an
Because
actual
it's
question.
important. If you're not, you're doing stuff to people that you're not credentialed to do.
Correct.
That's why it's important. God forbid
Mhm.
somebody goes to you for help.
Yeah.
And you make them worse. You got no credentials. You're fucked, lady. You are screwed. And that's my beef with phony psychics.
You know that she's still doing that on TikTok, and I called her on it.
I know you did. I saw the post.
And I put it all out there, and I got a
Yep.
lot of views on it, and they were like,
The
"What?"
other woman was nice though, from England, Valentina.
Yeah, she was really
Sweet,
nice.
sweet girl, good girl.
Mhm.
Yeah, she doesn't know shit from Shinola, but she's nice to talk to. You know.
Oh, very nice.
I said, look, and we left it at this. We will agree to disagree. You say you're a psychic. I
Mhm.
say you're full of shit, but you're a great person. You're a fun guest to have.
Mhm.
And she smiled and laughed, and we all had a good time, and
Yeah.
we all left that night. Fine. Even though I said to her, my piece, I think you're full of shit. Because I think she's full of shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And another
Anyway.
thing too is, let me tell you something, people. I'm sick and tired of you, and I defended him today. Kevin Sorbo is not a wash-up actor, okay? He got out of Hollywood because he's tired of the shit that's going on there, okay? Men are supposed to be men, not pretending to be men are supposed to be women, okay? So quit calling him a wash-up actor. He's doing what he's doing
Oh, what
on his
happened there?
own. He's in Florida making his own independent movies. He will be back on our show in
Yeah.
November to prove you fucking assholes wrong.
Yeah, he's coming
Got
back
it?
in November with us. What happened?
Stop it.
What happened to set that one off?
They were calling him
And
some
how did
kind
it go from Kevin Sorbo to men wearing dresses?
Well, it's something on Facebook that I saw, some kind of entertainment page. We're calling him a
Yeah,
wash-up actor, and I
yeah.
said he is not a wash-up actor. He's just got out of Hollywood because he's tired of Hollywood
He's making
bullshit.
more money now than he ever has.
That's what I put.
He's serving Jesus
Exactly.
and promoting God,
hmm
which I don't see anybody else doing. Thank
Exactly.
you.
And I put
And
and I
I'll
said,
have him as a guest as often as I can get him.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
and that's why I defended him on that page, and I said I am so sick and tired of calling him a
Yeah.
wash-up actor because he is not. He is a better actor than any actor in
He's a hell
Hollywood.
of an actor. He's a great
Exactly.
actor.
I defended him on that page.
Absolutely. First of all,
Mhm.
men are men. Women are
Exactly.
women.
Exactly.
There is my wife showed me a guy on TikTok that went through reassignment surgery. It was a WWE wrestler.
Yes, and he's coming back or she's coming back, however you want to say
She's
it.
coming back, and I have a problem with her coming back.
Me too.
Okay. She went from being a male, being all muscled up because he was a guy,
Yes.
and now he's a she.
Yes.
But she went through, the surgery.
The boobies. Yeah.
Okay. And I saw a picture. I showed my wife a picture today.
Mhm.
His arms went from like monstrous,
To
muscular
little
arms
bitty.
to like
Yeah, little
thin arms like
skinny.
mine. Okay.
Yeah, little bitty hands and
And now all of a sudden, as a woman, she wants to get all jacked up again. And I know for a fact, because I can look at the elbows and tell that she's doing some kind of either a steroid or a growth hormone.
it's
I'm
gotta be
willing to
probably
bet
steroid.
money that I don't think it's steroids. I think it's a growth hormone
Good.
because of how fast
So
she put muscle back on.
she thinks that she's taking both because I know she's got to take the female one for the rest of her life to
Yeah.
stay female.
The other thing is she has heart problems, and you can't take steroids with heart issues because steroids the heart is a muscle,
hmm
and steroids will make that heart grow, and you'll die if it gets too big.
Right.
Okay. That's the one thing. The other thing is, and it's really, really important to remember this. Why would you go back to the one thing that you went away from?
Exactly.
You left that business. Now you want to come back as a woman, but you want to be jacked up?
The female wrestlers are going to have a hard time with this.
They're
I
going to
believe.
have a very hard time because
I am so
what
sorry,
you
lady
don't
wrestlers.
know about Gabby Tufts is that Gabby Tufts still has male anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she has a penis.
Yeah, and there's only one
Okay,
China. China was a female. She wrestled with male wrestlers, but there's one China. That's it. Period. You can't be another China. Sorry.
no. I
Nope.
listen. All right, so I have an issue with that. The other thing I want to say publicly is I thank God every night before I go to bed for every beautiful day. We are not perfect. We are not perfect people. God loves us. We are sinners. He loves us, but not the sin. He loves the sinner, but not the sin. So if you guys are in need of prayer, as we all are, myself included, but mostly myself included, we have a guy named Pastor Steve Kwiatkowski. He is my nephew. He's been on the show a bunch of times. He'll be back again, I'm sure. I know that to be factual. And if you need prayer, you can reach Pastor Steve Kwiatkowski at Union Church in Clementon, New Jersey. The phone number is listed, and I will put that number up there for you right now. 856 896 5332. I believe that's the one. I'm going to double check it.
Just to make sure that it's the correct number, because you don't want to call him.
Steve.
Call somebody at midnight and say, "I need to talk to Pastor Steve." Here, like, you have the wrong number.
No, I did it right.
Yeah.
I did it right. That's Pastor Steve. Hot damn.
See, we don't need our old rotary phones like we had back in the day when we knew everybody's number. Remember that? Now these phones.
That's because I'm getting smarter in my old age.
Hey, I thought you were already smart.
I told my wife that, and she laughed at me. She said, "Shut up."
Oh yeah, I'm only allowed to do that off the air.
My wife spends a lot of time. I'm surprised that Anita doesn't have a sore neck from shaking her head as much as she does. My husband, she shakes her head. My husband, she shakes her head. Anyway, that's Pastor Steve, 856-896-5332. If you need to speak to someone, it doesn't matter where you're calling from. He will take your call. He'll answer your call, and he's there if you need help. That's
Speaking
what we
of
that's what we're here for. We're here to help again. At the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see our credits. You'll also once again see our helpline numbers. We don't call them hotlines, we call them helplines. And it's something that Amelia and I are doing to help people out. Just because sometimes you just need help.
Yeah.
All right, so Amelia.
Yes.
Here's the next video. Check it out.
Yes, please.
Because you got hot about this one.
Oh yeah.
Watch this.
Beautiful lady, actress, Dominican Republic actress.
All right, so what am I watching here, Emil?
She is trying to put her dress down, so it's like the train of her dress, and they're not allowing.
Oh, the picture of Jesus on it.
Yes, it's a picture of Jesus, and it's got his crown.
And okay, so what I'm seeing, and now correct me if I'm wrong, she's trying to lay out the dress so people can see it.
Yes, and so they could take a picture.
They don't want her to show Jesus.
They do not want anyone to see that dress.
So that's what I'm seeing here. And the woman next to her, that security guard,
yes,
is telling her, "Leave me alone. Stop."
Yes, she's pretty much saying, "Wait a minute, ma'am. It's a dress. It's the back, ma'am."
Yeah.
When it go on, why is he doing that? Come on.
Yeah.
One photo. Oh
and
my
she
God.
just wanted, a picture.
Yes. Would you let me take it? Okay. Let's leave it there. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Thank you. I'm so sorry. You don't have to touch me.
Yeah.
Like that.
All right, Neil, we passed that video 3 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm just letting you know what she had said, like,
All right.
trying to push them away.
So what are we watching here, Mill?
This is Obama. Oh, I'm sorry. You got into the.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's Obama, and of course, that's fake Biden right there.
There are people who believe that that's like a robot. There are people that believe that's a robot Biden.
I believe it because of what you're about to see.
Okay. I've not seen it. I've never seen this before.
See how still Biden is in the center, and watch Obama. He takes his hand, and it looks like he presses his wrist right there. Did you see that?
I did.
He pressed a button, and it looks like he moved.
They have not been sped up or slowed down.
Okay, now this is Megyn Kelly, right?
Yes.
Now I want you to listen carefully to what she's saying. I might have to try to pump the volume up here a little bit, but check this out.
Or edited in any way. Let's go through them one by one. That's the Juneteenth.
He's absolutely frozen.
He is.
He's absolutely frozen. What they're trying to say is, which is bullshit, because I saw this clip. They're trying to say that what you're looking at is a deep fake video, that it never happened. Okay? Here's the problem. I saw this live, so I know it wasn't a deep fake.
Correct.
Okay? We don't have that kind of technology, not yet.
Not
Watch.
Celebration at the White House, and here is the president last week standing very still at a White House celebration, while everybody around him is dancing. And here he is. This one is from 3 days later.
This poor guy doesn't have a clue. I want you to see what I'm seeing.
Correct.
Okay. Do you see what I'm seeing?
Yes, he's talking to somebody that's not there, and he's like, they're leading him away to something.
Well, I want you to look at that image in front of you. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
It's like a mirror or something right there.
No, it's not a mirror, Amelia. There are two Joe Bidens in that picture.
Oh, yeah, there I see the frame right there. Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm getting at here? There's two Joes there.
Yes.
Now watch what happens. Okay?
Yeah.
They single out the one, right?
Okay, so something
and they
else draws
pull
his
back
attention.
to this
It
guy.
appears he wanders away from the other G7 leaders during a skydiving demonstration. The minister goes over and, sort of pulls him back to the G7 leaders.
She pulls him back again.
And that's the one that got me right there.
That
See right
one
there,
yeah.
right there, how he
And
put.
even wrestlers can become governors.
Oh, you sent this. I understand what you're saying about this. It's actors who have gone into politics.
Yeah.
That's not new.
Yeah, that was something for a
Is
different
it a bad
show.
idea? Yeah, it's a bad idea, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of actors getting involved with real life because everything seems to get fucked up.
Right. And that's why I sent it, because a lot of actors are dressing up like Biden.
Well, here's the thing, though. And that'll be another show, but not tonight.
Yeah, it will be.
Because I'm trying to get us home right now, but here's the problem, though. When you have, and I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I thought he was a horrible governor.
Oh yeah,
in California, because he doesn't understand the mindset of the common everyday people. Because the people around him don't understand the mindset of everyday common people.
No, they don't.
These are people that work in government who have their heads so far up each other's ass they can't see daylight.
Correct.
Do you understand, guys, what we're saying? They can't relate to you and I. They never could. Ronald Reagan, the only thing that saved Ronald Reagan is that he had such a short acting career back in the 1940s and early 50s. I got news for you. Ronald Reagan, they say, oh, Ronald Reagan was an actor. Guess what? Ronald Reagan was only an actor for 5 years of his entire life. He spent the rest of his adult life in public service, okay? As an activist, as a governor, as a someone who made, like a lobbyist, somebody who made things happen. So you have to understand, put in the context. Oh, say, well, Ronald Reagan was an actor. Yeah, but Ronald Reagan was not a career actor.
Correct. He only did it for a little bit, but he wanted to
A
get into
short
more politics.
time.
Yeah.
I said, Leon, I said this 2 weeks ago. Ronald Reagan, Fred Grandy, by the way, Fred Grandy played Gopher on The Love Boat, and Ben Jones. And I remember Ben Jones. What the hell was he in? Because I was talking about Fred Williams too. Senator from Tennessee, late Fred Williams from Tennessee.
Yeah.
But you get where we're going with it. So listen, we have an amazing couple of shows coming up next week. I want you to join us, and I think we're going to see a new show next week with Ricky and Stretch called That's Bullshit. If you like tonight, you're going to love next week. Okay?
Absolutely.
I will be there. Pitbull will be there. And, he was a baseball announcer. Yeah. That's who he was. Thank you, Leon. I appreciate that. And we're going to have Willard on here because I got to get into it with Willard. Willard's the fascinating
I know.
guy.
He gave us a lot of good commentary tonight, too.
I'd like to have Leon on, but Leon doesn't want to show his face because I think he's in a witness protection program. At the home there. Well, listen, Amelia, we're good. We got everything. We're good to go.
We sure do. Next Monday will be actually July 1st. Will be our show starting in July. We're going to be talking about the missing famous. Like, where is Amelia Earhart? Is she still missing? Is she dead? What happened?
What happened to Julian Sands, the actor Julian Sands? What happened to him? Where did he end up? They finally found him. Dead, but they found him. That was able to put him to rest.
Right.
We're going to talk about the missing famous.
Jimmy Hoffa. Where is he?
Oh, you ain't going to find Jimmy no more.
Where did they put
Jimmy's
him? At least to put him to rest,
Yeah.
At least let's put him to rest. And then July 2nd, Tuesday, is time travel possible?
That's a question. Isn't it? Is time travel possible? What prompted that show? This is the second show that I'll be doing on time travel. I saw a movie. It's one of my favorite movies called Somewhere in Time.
Yes.
With the late Christopher Reeve and Jane
That's
Seymour.
a wonderful movie.
Love that movie. I love that. Jane Seymour, I fell in love with her in that movie. Told Anita, she goes, oh, here's your girlfriend again. Yep. I love that movie. What, Leon? You know what? You're a prick, Leon. I'm never alone. I would be interrupted 1,000 times. Yes, you probably would.
Sure. Well, he can go outside. He can go outside for the show.
Hey, Leon, don't feel bad. That's how I feel doing this show with Big Mouth over here.
Are you talking about yourself again?
No, there's no mirror in front of me. It's you, the motor mouth.
He has a mirror in front of him.
Anyway, smart ass.
He's talking about himself, people.
We will see you next week. Yeah, it's going to be a couple good shows.
Yes.
So listen, we want to tell everybody, please love each other, be kind. There's enough hate in the world. Don't be hating, you know. Just try to love. We're all trying to change the way we do things, you know. God knows I am. I'm putting my life out there for you,
Yeah.
folks.
And if you need to say something to him, email, please.
Yeah, exactly. Don't have your lawyer do it. Anyway, take care, folks. God bless. We'll see you, next time, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Be good. Bye-bye.